Hi guys, and welcome to another exciting episode of Texas Truth today. I have to film this while I'm working, okay? So just ignore the sounds in the background. But I was listening to a sermon the other day, and I also happened to read a sermon. Ironically, though, they were both about the same thing, and it was about one of the greatest damages to fundamentalism, and that is racism. Here's the thing, guys. Racism is a very touchy subject because none of us know how to adequately deal with it. The thing is, we get to the point where we're like, oh, they have a different skin color, they can speak a different language, they can do this, and we can't do that. So instead of learning how to deal with it and be like, oh, that's cool, and show your Christian love, you end up like trashing the person, you demean them, you make it seem like they're less than you. Here's the thing, we are all created in the image of God, whether it be black, Asian, Hispanic, or white. We are all created in the image of God. So the thing is, when you demean another person like that, you're basically saying, I don't believe that you are created in the image of God. And that is a very dangerous thing. That is a very dangerous place to be in. Putting yourself in that position where you're saying, you are not created in the image of God, you are about to feel the entire wrath of God on you, okay? So I gently suggest that you do not insult the creatures that God created. I will strongly recommend now that you do not insult God's people whatsoever, okay? So I'm just saying that because this is way too much of a problem. I can't believe I was reading of a great man of God that went to a conference, and I believe it was one of the Carolinas, and he was a black preacher, and he went there, and the deacons told him, you are not allowed to come back. If you come back, you're gone, buddy, gone. And he was like, okay, so that not have any problems. The black person showing real Christian love, he doesn't go back to the conference. But it turns out that at the conference, his best friend was preaching there, and he goes, hey, buddy, what's going on? Why didn't you come? And he's like, oh, the deacons told me I couldn't come back. And he's like, you come back, and I'm going to take care of those deacons. And he said, okay. So he came back, and the preacher told the deacons, he's like, if I hear anyone trying to mess with my friend, this dear black preacher, you are going to have it. I cannot believe that this is even a problem in fundamentalism. Guys, come on, we're better than this. I cannot believe that in fundamentalism, we're actually having the problem where we cannot stand to see other people. Let me tell you this. If you cannot see a person in your church that is of a different skin color than you and not think good Christian thoughts about them, then I want you to question whether you are really saved. Because God says that we are created in the image of God. So if you are insulting a black person, an Asian person, a Hispanic person, a white person, you ought to be ashamed of yourself because you are insulting one that was made in the image of God. You ought to be ashamed of yourself that you cannot think good thoughts about another brother and sister in Christ that are of a different skin color. Come on, grow up. Be mature about this, okay? Not even kids are this bad, all right? Not even kids are this bad because kids, some of their best friends are of a different skin color and you guys are like, oh no, you shouldn't be hanging around them. Come on, bro. What's your problem? You know what I'm talking about? Literally, the Bible says he created all of humanity was created from one blood. So you know what you're saying? You're saying, oh, I hate myself as well. You might as well insult yourself while you're insulting someone of a different skin color. Oh my goodness, you know what skin color literally is? This subject literally makes me so mad. I can't even believe that this is I can't believe this is a problem in fundamentalism. All of y'all that are doing this and are listening to this right now ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Fundamentalism is under attack from racists that are in our Christian churches. Bro, come on. I cannot believe there's some preachers, they can't have missionaries to, Hispanic countries in their church because they can't stand Hispanic people. Bro, what is your problem? Churches that don't let black people congregate there. Bro, what is your problem? You know what I'm talking about? I cannot believe this is a problem in fundamentalism. We need to grow up. We need to be the mature Christians that we say that we are, the ones that love Christ so much. The Christians that we say that we are, we need to start acting like them, and we need to stop having this as a problem. Racism should not be a problem in the independent fundamental Baptist churches. It should not even be existing. I can't even believe that I'm having this podcast episode about it, but you know why I'm having it? Because it is so prevalent. We hear of preachers that go to other churches, but because the pastor was racist, he didn't let him preach because, oh, he's 25, he's 15% Hispanic. Bro, come on. Bro, like, wake up here, okay? I was in a gathering, and I was taking part with part of the staff members, and I remember one of the other staff members who was completely white, like zero ties to any other, culture or ethnicity, and he goes, hey, there's a lot of Hispanics here. You know what we should do? We should put a bucket of ice in the corner of one of the rooms and just start yelling ice, and maybe they'll all start running away, all the Hispanics. Buddy, calm down. Like, that is racist right there, okay? Like, you need to stop insulting other people. Like, look, I understand, someone is not, an American citizen. Okay, the government is dealing with them, probably maybe not the best way, but is dealing with them. It is not your place to insult that person's culture, okay? Because one day you're going to wish you hadn't insulted them because you're going to need them later, okay? So I would be quiet, honestly. I wouldn't be insulting people based off of their ethnicity, race, and I'm not, there's, cause like, you hear the, oh, I have a dream speech, I have a dream, I agree with the dream that Martin Luther King Jr. had, that we will be judged on the content of our character. I absolutely agree with that. We should be judged by the content of our character. Now, I just don't think that Martin Luther King Jr. is a really good black role model to have. I'm talking about for independent Baptist fundamentalists, because if you study him, you realize that he didn't even believe in the inspiration of the scriptures. He didn't believe in miracles. He was sleeping around every night. That's not a good role model to have. So for an independent Baptist, black person, I wouldn't say that's a good role model to have. Now, there's some, so like, this is Black History Month, ironically, and that's why I'm doing the racist thing right now. Black History Month. Okay, fine. Okay, we're reading Black History Month. Okay. But, pick good role models. Don't pick, people that, they did a bunch of random stuff that, like, is actually kind of nasty when you think about it, Pick people that, they actually did something. Like, for me, black role models would be like Chappie James. Put his life on the line in the Vietnam War. First black man to achieve the 4-star general rank. That's the kind of role model that I would have. Like, and if I was a black person, that's the kind of role model I would have. I would not have like someone like MLK, even though he started the movement, but I wouldn't have someone like him. I would. There's other great blacks out there. Like I'm thinking of Ben Carson, Clarence Thomas. Men that have actually dedicated their lives to save other lives, indirectly and directly. We just have to, we need to get past this little immaturity. And yeah, I'm going to say it, if this offends you, well, then too bad. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? If this offends you, well, then too bad. I'm sorry. Get over it, okay? But racism equals immaturity. You discriminate against someone, it means that you are not actually an adult, okay? I cannot believe that there are adults that discriminate, okay? That is immaturity right there. So if this hurts you, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. If this hurts you, well, get over it. Okay. Not everyone's going to tell you what you want to hear. Like the people that you hang around with. Okay. I'm just going to say this right now. Racism equals immaturity. There it is. Racism equals immaturity. Okay. So, if you want to argue your point, I'm welcome to listen to what you have to say, but that doesn't mean that, it's going to make a point at all. But all right, guys, thank you for listening to Text Truth Today podcast. I hope to see y'all soon. Leave below in the comments what you think. If you agree, if you think that I should continue to speak about this or any other subjects you want me to tackle, go ahead and let me know. Thank you guys. God bless.